Good afternoon, everyone. I am Hashan Nanayakar. So far, our lesson that goes on is square root. And today, what I am going to do is I am going to discuss about the second part of square root, the exercises. So, how to make use of factors to get the roots, and also how to find a length of a square if the area is a square number, and also certain sums regarding square root. Okay, let's start. Square root. Square root. Revision exercise. Revision exercise. Part 1. Revision exercise part 1. Under this, our first question is find the square roots of the following products. First question is 7 squared times 11 squared. When you are given a sum like this, we know if it is a times b or a squared times b squared, we can break it like this, where the product can be divided into two parts as one square number times the other square number. So here also we can do the same as here. We can break it as square root of 7 squared times square root of 11 squared. So square root of 7 squared, the root and the square getting cancelled. So it will be 7, root and the square getting cancelled, hence it is 11. So here the answer is 77. So the square root of 7 squared times 11 squared is 77. If you find the value of this answer and check whether the product of if you find the square number of this particular root, and if you find the number which is given by the product are equal, then definitely this is true. You can prove it. Second question. Suppose a question like this now. Two squared times 3 squared times 7 squared. Okay, this also can be can break like this: 2 squared times 3 squared times root of 7 squared. Root 2 square cancels. Here also he is getting cancelled. So what happened is this is 2 times 3 times 7. Okay, root 2 square get cancelled, not once but also all the way. So it will be 2 times 3 times 7. 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 7 is 42. If you find the value of 3 squares, the product of 3 squares, and if the answer is a square number of 42, then definitely this is the answer for sure. Third question. suppose a question like this: 3 squared times x squared times y squared times z squared. We can break it into 4 parts like this: 3 squared times x squared times y squared times z squared. So root 2 square get cancelled in all these 4 occasions. So square to root goes means 3 remains, x remains, y remains, z remains. So the answer is 3x, y, z. Or other method is multiplying all these products. So it will be 3 squared, x squared, y squared, z squared, or all together 3xyz squared. So this goes out. So this is the answer here. Okay, why? The square is common to all these 4 symbols, terms. That is why I wrote the square outside 3xyz. So when you ask to find the root of this, you have to break 3 squared, root of 3 squared, root of x squared, root of y squared, root of z squared. Then root of 3 squared means root and the square are getting cancelled, so 3 remains, root and x squared, the square and root get cancelled, so x remains, y squared and root, square and root get cancelled, y remains, z squared, root means root and square get cancelled, so z remains. 3 times x is 3x, 3x times y is 3xy, 3xy times z means 3xyz. Keep in mind. Okay, second question. Find